welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shatoka, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. So today's video is going to be a quick pattern review on this dress that I'm calling the date night dress because it is perfect for a date night. Actually wore one last night as well, a different one, because after I made this one, I was like, oh, we're making another. So if you're interested to see which dress I am referring to, go ahead and stick around. So initially this came out in the beginning of spring and I definitely wanted to grab it, but the first time I went looking for it at my Joann's, they did not have it during a Simplicity sale. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and wait till it comes on sale again. So the next sale came and I definitely snagged it up, and I'm so glad that I did because I have other knit patterns in my pattern stash, but I really love the scoop neck of this one, and I was like, you know what, I'm definitely grabbing this one, and I'm so glad that I did. I ended up making 2 of these dresses, and again, this is Mimi G's Simplicity 9701, and there are 2 variations in this pattern. So it is just described as a missus dress in 2 lengths. There's also 2 sleeve variations as well. I ended up doing the shorter dress, which is view B, so it has a shorter length of the dress and it also has a shorter sleeve. So the longer length, it has a long sleeve. On the second one, I did the same length as far as the dress, but I did alter the sleeves just a little bit, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm gonna get more into the pattern. So you guys, this is such an easy pattern to whip up, very beginner friendly. You don't need any notions with this dress. All you need is your fabric and your thread. Again, this is recommended for knit fabrics, so your stretch knits, your jerseys, your spandex blends. It's perfect for those dresses because it's basically just a pullover dress. There are actually only 5 pattern pieces in this dress and 11 steps total, like start to finish. So you can definitely knock this out. Literally, if you have a date that evening and you have free time during the day, you can whip this dress up and wear it out that night. It's so simple to come together. So I initially made this one that I have on now first, and I bought the pattern envelope for sizes 8 through 16, and I stated in another video that I usually grab the knit patterns in the smaller size because of the fabrics stretching so much. A lot of times I end up having to take it in, and I actually ended up cutting a 16 in this one, and I still took it in some, and I still have like some room. I feel like the sleeves could be a little bit tighter. It definitely looks nice on. 16 is definitely fine. However, the stretch in the knits that I used for both of them were really like a lot of stretch. For instance, this is a Joann Fabrics print that I picked up, and there's so much more stretch in this dress. So when I was sewing it up, I was like, I'm definitely going to size down in my second one. So I cut a 16 for this one. However, once I tried it on before I like hemmed it or anything, I made sure that I took it in a little bit more. I did not take in the sleeve, so the sleeve is still a little bit loose, not too much, but I feel like if this was like a solid print, you would be able to see a little bit more that it's kind of, it's not as fitted as the other one for sure. So again, this was a 16. So the second one I ended up making, it was a purple knit that I've had in my stash for such a long time, which is just spandex blend. I think it's just like a lycra fabric, but it does have like a sheen on it, and it's purple. So I ended up cutting a size 14 in that one, and that one fit perfectly. It fit exactly the way I wanted to. I didn't have to do any variations to that one. The only difference is I didn't have enough fabric to have the sleeves come down longer in the length of the pattern piece. However, we're, you know, getting into our warmer temperatures here in Chicago. So I was like, I'm definitely just gonna make it a short sleeve. So I actually ended up just folding the pattern piece up until it hit where my fabric that I had left over was, because I literally just did not have enough to sit the pattern piece on my fabric. So I literally just folded it up and cut it out. So I'm not even sure like how many inches I would say it's taken off, but sometimes when we're sewing, we have to improvise, and I love how that one turned out. And again, I cut a size 14 with that one, and I actually wore it on a date last night. So this is just like the perfect like date night dress. It's super simple, and what I always say with patterns, it's all about your fabric choice. So if you have some really nice fabric, the simplest designs will look so much more fancy because of the fabric. So I really love how that one turned out. I got a bunch of compliments on the dress and it fits perfectly. So I think going forward, if I make the dress again, I'll definitely cut a 14 as well, especially if I'm using another stretch knit fabric that is super stretchy like this one. So this Joann's one, I believe this is like cotton lycra mix, but I am going to find the link for it because it's still in Joann's stores. I know I see it when I go in there, and I'll put the link for it there. So if anybody is interested in it, I hope it's coming up on camera as green and white, because when I shared this fabric on my last pattern haul, a lot of people were saying, oh, I love that blue and white fabric. And I initially was going to make a maxi dress, not a maxi dress, a maxi skirt with this fabric, because I just loved like how soft it was. But I felt like, you know what, I want her to be a dress. So when I got that Mimi G pattern, I was like, I'm definitely going to make this up. There is a sewing tutorial for this dress on the Simplicity website. You guys know that all the Mimi G patterns come with a tutorial, but it's so simple. Like I said, it's literally 11 steps. 5 pattern pieces, so you can definitely knock it out in the afternoon. I definitely will be making more of these 5 pattern pieces for this dress. You have your front piece, which you are cutting on the fold, and then the back piece you actually cut 2 of because it has a center back seam, which I love in knit dresses, because a lot of times when taking in, it's better to take in that middle seam of the back with knit fabrics because of the curve of our bodies. And so if you do have to take anything in, it's good to take it in from that back center back seam. You have your sleeve, and then you have a facing with this dress, so it's not hemmed like you will normally just turn over a hem for a neckline. It's actually facing pieces, so you have a front and back facing piece that you end up cutting the same way you do the front and the back, and then you sew them together and understitch. But I love that it's such a clean finish. I did end up top stitching mine as well. It does call for you to just understitch that facing, and I did that on the second one, but on this one I ended up just turning it in and top stitched, but it blends right in. I mean, I did it with a white thread, but I just love this. I love knit dresses with facing pieces, because sometimes when you're hemming knit dresses, you can have a little ruffling with your neckline depending on like your tension or just the machine. The purple dress, I ended up styling it with a new pump and silver accessories, and it was just such a nice date night dress. I really loved it. Had such a good time at a concert last night with my boyfriend, and it was just so nice, and we were coordinated. Like we're that couple that coordinates. So I just love that dress. The directions were good. I always look through the directions. However, because I knew this was just a simple, straightforward pullover dress, I literally just used the pattern pieces and really didn't follow the instructions. And also, you guys can look at Mimi make up the dress on her tutorial, but it comes together so quickly. You literally just could cut these pieces out in the afternoon and wear the dress that night. Like, super love this pattern. This is also another good one I think that could be hacked pretty easily. Like, I could see this being a half dress. If you just, instead of cutting on the fold of the dress, you just put 2, you know, cut one side of one knit and the other side of the other. It's just one of those good universal patterns to have in your stash. So as I always tell you guys, if Joann's is having a sale on patterns, or on the website they're having a sale, go ahead and snag this one up. It's just a really simple one that I think you can make over and over again, and this style of dress will never go out of style. If you have any questions about anything about this dress, go ahead and leave them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer that for you. If you like sewing content and are not subscribed, I would ask that you subscribe. Also, if you like the video, like the video. Also, click the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.